next guest knows every word in the official Scrabble Players Dictionary. Here is his well-worn copy right there. 130,000 of them. You can see him win the National Scrabble Championship on Sunday, October 3rd on ESPN. I guess I just ruined it.
I know.
Well, what are you going to do? From Van Nuys, California, a 7-letter city worth 13 points. Please say hello to 2004 Scrabble champ Trey Wright, everybody. Right there, huh? That's what they give you, huh?
That's what they gave me.
That's all right. That's a nice thing to have.
Yep.
And you've worked like your whole life to get this bowl.
And now I can
But
eat my
it's imprinted.
cereal.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's pretty cool. So do you have to give this back now at like the Stanley Cup?
I don't think so. I think that one I get to keep.
Do you carry it everywhere you go, above your head?
Everywhere.
Like this? Well, that is
And
something. How do you get involved in competitive Scrabble?
Well,
Or Scrabbling, as I think it's
I got
called.
involved. I was playing Scrabble. I took to it in high school, I guess. Started playing with a friend of mine after school every day.
Did you guys go to the prom?
Just hit him.
I don't mean
Separately.
together. You did separately. Yeah. And so then you guys, was there like a Scrabble club at school or something, or?
No, there wasn't a club at school, but believe it or not, there are clubs in almost every city in
I play
America.
Scrabble all the time. I do.
That's what they told me.
Yeah, I do. I like it. I'm obviously not nearly as good as you, but I do like Scrabble.
We should play.
Well, let's not get crazy. Now, you win, and these people are, I mean, I assume you're a genius because there are no dumb Scrabble players, I mean, on a professional level, right?
No, I mean, all the tournament players have learned all the short words and learned a lot of words. They're all very smart. I wouldn't call myself a genius.
But you know all the words in this thing.
But I do forget a few here and there, but
there was some
I did learn them all at one point.
Because
yes.
it airs on ESPN. Is it the first time that? No, it's been on ESPN before, hasn't it?
That's right. The All-Stars tournament last year was on ESPN for the first time.
But there are words that are acceptable in Scrabble that they won't let you use on ESPN, and that caused some trouble for you.
Yes, the so-called dirty words.
The dirty words.
Right.
Now, what word did you have trouble with?
The word was les. L-E-Z.
Now, I didn't even know les wouldn't it be spelled L-E-S?
You know, I don't know where they get that, change the S to a Z. I mean, we all know what it's short for. I guess the way it ends up being pronounced, it's a little more correct to spell it with a Z, but where that comes from, I don't know. Somebody else makes that decision, and I just play the word.
You know, you said, great, I mean, I assume you didn't have a P to make it Pez or something, or that's a brand name, so you can't. And
right, or an F to make it Fez.
Yeah, or Fez would have been okay.
Fez would have been okay,
right?
Yeah.
But what about res? Is that okay, like resolution?
Res is not in there.
See, that's the thing.
It's R-E-S.
There's no rhyme or reason to the Scrabble.
That's right. We have to learn everything individually. There's no
And then
patterns or
something
anything.
happens where you have les, and they snatch it right off the board, and they say, no, you can't do it.
Right. I mean, it went down a little bit differently. I made the play, and I hadn't really considered the meaning of the word. I was just hungering over the 32 points that I saw.
Right.
The Z was on the triple letter, so
Right.
32.
Sure. That's not. Yeah, that's big. That's big.
Well, so then the controversy that was there. I mean, to call it a controversy, I think is a little bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do a show here.
Right, I understand that. No, and you're not the first one to call it a controversy.
Thank you.
But after a minute or so, they didn't catch it right away. So I had already drawn my replacement tiles, and that's where the difficulty came.
Did your opponent challenge the word?
No.
Oh, well, that's no good then.
Well, the word judge came over and ruled it off the board.
That's
so
ridiculous.
It was taken off
Here's
the
some
board.
other words not allowed by ESPN. Badass, ballsy, booby, fatso is not allowed? Because what, you be playing with a fat guy? And honky is not allowed? Jew is not allowed? That's ridiculous. That's
what
not
about that one?
And this is the strangest one. The word Redskins is not allowed on ESPN.
Even though ESPN
Even though there's an
shows the
NFL
Reds-
team
right.
named the Redskins,
Right.
you cannot say it during a Scrabble.
Right.
But in fairness, they won't let any of the players in the Redskins say the word Scrabble. So well, that's ridiculous. Well, thank you for that inexplicable applause. So you win how much for winning the tournament?
$25,000.
$25,000. And what do you do with that money?
Oh,
By one of the Oprah cars?
trying to hang on to it as much as possible, but
What do you do for a living?
I'm a pianist.
Oh, really?
I play classical piano.
Wow. Oh, so that's
concerts.
something. So you like to touch things like little.
Yes, they're both very mathematical. I don't think it's so much the tactile thing, but you're right.
Well,
You
I
do
tell you
have
what I'd
touch
like to
both.
do is we have some what we call letters here, some Scrabble letters, and I'm going to give you just like a handful, 7 letters, and we'll see how fast you can make them into words on what we call a board when we come back, all right? So excited, we got Scrabble champion Trey Wright here, Cheryl Hines, and you guys can play along too. Natasha Henry, we'll be right back. And Scrabble champion Trey Wright. Now, Trey, we got 7 tiles here, the letters on them, and you've not seen these, correct? He really
correct.
hasn't seen these,
I have not
and
seen
they're
them.
random. And are you ready? I'm going to put them down and go crazy. I put the B upside down to throw
Absinthe.
you. What is it?
Absinthe.
But doesn't that have an E at the end, absinthe?
It's both.
Oh, it's both. Wow. That's really fast. That's crazy fast. All right. Wow. That's unbelievable. All right. Here's another 7.
A liqueur.
And I'm going to throw them up on here. I think it's worse than a liqueur. I think it's the type of stuff Marilyn Manson drinks to turn his brain into pudding. All right? This is just like Soul Train. All right, there we go.
Diarchie.
What? Diarchie?
Diarchie.
Wow, Diarchie. That's a terrible thing to say to Archie.
You can spell it with a Y as well.
You can.
Yeah.
All right, but we didn't have an extra Y, so we won't. All right, and finally...
Picking all these words with alternate spellings is
Let's see. Well,
tricky.
that's the way I am.
tricky.
All right. Ooh, there's a couple of O's there.
4 O's.
There's 4 O's.
That's just mean.
There's another O. There's another...
I don't think we want to hear that. Boo.
There you go. Boo. Well, I can see why you're a proud champion and a worthy champion for this nation. And I hope you kick the crap out of Mexico when you go over there. Congratulations. Trey Wright, Scrabble champion. We'll be right back with Jill Scott.